Hello everybody, my name is Joe Shelton and I'm a singer, songwriter, music producer, and recording artist from Indianapolis, Indiana. Over the last year, I've stepped out and performed music on over 200 stages. Along the way though, I met a lot of great people that I didn't expect to. They were inspiring artists and songwriters and musicians, and I want to share all of that inspiration with you. So that's what this show is about. Moonshine equals love, shine in love on the music. Moonshine and Music starts now. Welcome to Moonshine and Music. Today's guest is Jake Schlegel.
Glad to be here, Joe. Thanks
Welcome
for having
to the show.
me. Yeah, man. Yeah.
You're glad to be here or happy to be here? Or
Glad.
Glad?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that a specific kind of emotion?
Yeah, it's kind of like it's definitely a positive one though.
What you get is that this is the tail end of
emotion.
an 8 episode shoot day, and I have like
I've been here for half of them too.
Yeah, I'm a little bit punch drunk from the music's been really good today, and you know, I mean, it's like 8 weeks. The last 8 weeks episodes when it gets to yours is the same day. So,
yeah.
But it's you know, it's been a lot of fun. I'm glad you were able to see some of them.
Yeah, yeah, me too, man.
You got where did you start out? Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in the south side of Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Perry Township.
Perry Township.
Yep.
Have you been here your whole
life? Yeah.
Whole life?
Now I live on the east side of Indy. Me and my wife. Yeah.
Yeah, like in what, Irvington area or?
Really close. Yep. A little bit west of there. But
oh,
yeah.
okay. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, how long have you been playing music? Were your parents musical? What was the?
Parents were not musical, for the most part. My mom played a little bit of piano, but that was rare. And she would admit herself she wasn't that great. I think she just didn't have the time to put into it, raising 4 kids. But I was into.
You had 3 siblings?
Yeah. So she was a stay-at-home mom with us 4, and you know, my brother and sister, the next in line, they're twins. So she had her hands full.
Oh man,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
brutal. The lead guitar player in my group, they just had twins.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And yeah, it's got to be crazy. Like yeah, but you had to grow up with twins.
I grew up. I was 5 years older than them. So there's a 5-year gap there. But so I still remember it pretty well.
So you probably asked to help a lot.
As best as I could, yeah. To my shame, I probably spent more than my fair share of time playing video games in my room, hiding from it all. But yeah, I started playing music. Messing around with music for I was interested in music, I should say, from as early as I can remember. I don't know if you're familiar with Raffi. Yeah, children's singer,
right?
Baby Beluga, stuff like that. So I would sit in front of our TV.
Do you do any of those covers now?
I don't do those anymore. But that's you know, still an influence though. So.
Because it can make the show exciting. I mean, you know.
No, I wish maybe I could do a little bit of. He does a cover of Octopus's Garden, so maybe I could cover his cover of Octopus's Garden.
A cover of a cover is always nice. It's like a recover.
Right.
Yeah. The funniest thing was I was in this acoustic convergence thing last year, or earlier this year, but it'll be last year by the time this airs. Yeah. When we were getting set up in sound check, Todd, the guy I was talking about a minute ago, he started playing the Super Mario Brothers theme, and afterward they were like, "Is that on your record?" Like all these kids that were there. Like, no, I'm sorry. We did not. We were not the purveyors originally of the Super Mario Brothers theme. So I guess you could license out a Raffi cover to throw on there.
Yeah, the Beatles. I may not be so fortunate to do that one, but
yeah, Beatles are probably a little tougher not to crack.
Yes.
So anyway, I've sidetracked us, and this happens late in the day.
Right, of course.
So you had siblings. Do any of them play?
My brother plays drums. He's really good. Yeah.
Is he in your band or?
No, he is pretty busy managing a restaurant. Or are you familiar with Georgetown Market on the west side?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he manages the like restaurant side of the business there. Yeah, and then he has 2 awesome kiddos too, and a wife as well. So he stays pretty busy between all juggling all that. But from time to time we get to play together. Yeah.
Well, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Do you? When did you decide to start writing songs? Was this shortly after you picked up a guitar? Or?
No, this is within the past 3 or 4 years or so, and then I didn't really take it seriously until the past year and a half. So I played in a band in high school. I played bass, so I didn't really sing or get a chance to play guitar.
What was the band name?
We were called Bleak. We were a 3-piece. Yeah.
And you played bass and didn't sing?
Played bass, just kind of hung out in the background. We did Tool covers, Incubus covers, some original stuff that the guitar player wrote. He was a really talented dude. So I was always kind of intimidated by his talent. And I just kind of enjoyed, hanging out in the band, filling in on the bass. And it wasn't until years later that I dabbled in singing and songwriting. So, yeah.
So, knowing some of your songs, there's a lot in there. Are these true stories that happened to you? The Lights EP.
Yeah. So, I could unpack a lot. So, I guess take it back to.
We have a song that I like that I think you're going to perform later.
Yeah.
Called Rearview Mirror.
Yeah.
Unpack that a little bit.
Start with that one then. Okay. Yeah. So, man, I partied a lot in high school. I kind of started early with that stuff. 15, 16, and it got out of hand pretty bad by the time I was 19 or 20. And so at the age of 20, I was full-blown opiate addiction. I was a mess, man. And that lasted pretty heavily for about 4 years, in and out of rehab centers and things like that, and kind of jumping, couch surfing, switching jobs every 2 months, that type of thing. Just a very unstable lifestyle. And so, I've been clean off drugs and the hard stuff for, it's over 8 years now. So, I think Rearview Mirror is kind of writing that song, sometimes still dealing with some of those feelings of regret over past failures and mistakes, and still kind of carrying that baggage today, but trying to live in the moment, trying to live with hope and joy and peace, and not get bogged down by the type of person I used to be. But my past is still very much a part of who I am today as well. It's formed me in a lot of ways, and so I'm not really ashamed of it. But I'm a human being, so I deal with those feelings of regret and from time to time. And so,
well, as I've listened to that song, the place that it really hit me, I never was addicted to that kind of thing, or it's not about addiction for me more.
Yeah.
It's about the things that happened to you that are in the past that you can't change.
Right.
No matter, whether they were, losing a family member or, getting divorced or, any of that stuff. That song kind of universally speaks to, hey, this is the crap that I've had,
Right.
you know, so far, do I look at that with a lot of pessimism, like life's never going to get better?
Yeah.
Or do
Yeah.
I like go forward, you know?
Yeah.
And I really love the line in the middle of the chorus where it says, yesterday's over and tomorrow isn't here or ain't here. That really is something that speak to me.
Thank you.
And so and I know that, like, the more people hear that song, the more it'll propagate for you. It's like something that's so universal.
Yeah.
You know. And so I really dig that. And
thanks, Joe.
that's why I wanted to unpack that song.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things about this thing is, I didn't know how inspired I could be by other songwriters.
Right.
Until the last probably 2 years, where I, amped up things that I've been doing and like came into the indie scene a little more, without doing my own thing,
Right.
And so when I hear something like that, or some of the other guys today, they have some songs that just really get in there. You know, that's really cool, and that's what we're doing it for, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So on your record also, and I know a couple little personal things about it. I mean, you were talking about your addiction, and I didn't want to like completely jump past that.
No, that's okay.
I know that we had. I'd scheduled it a couple times to do the show, and I know a couple life events.
Yeah.
Jumped in the way of friends of yours.
Right. Yeah, the past 3 or 4 years. It's a little bit over, but in 3 years, I've lost 3 close friends, and 2 of those were confirmed from heroin or opiates, or a combination of the 2. So it still kind of rears its head from time, even though to me, like, so if I'm honest, a lot of that feels very much in the past. In my day-to-day life as I'm functioning adult, I'm not thinking about that a lot, but it comes out in my songwriting. When I'm sitting down and I'm writing, I think maybe subconsciously, like, writing music helps me kind of process that a bit. And so some of the newer stuff I've been writing has a lot to do with death and death and living with regret, and just kind of the weight that can
lay on you.
Yeah, man. So yeah, man, like, it's been an emotional roller coaster. I've also been got married within the past 3 years too, so
Which
a lot
is,
of
big happy thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Which also has influenced my songwriting. I didn't play any of those songs. I probably won't play any of those songs later today, but
we need that to know he does do happy songs.
I do. Yeah, not all my songs are sad and Rearview Mirror is that's a hopeful song. Especially I like to lead the last line in that song. Take me as I am, 'cause I'm listening like a child, begging like a poor man. So just trying to keep that posture of humility, of listening, wanting to still have a lot to learn in this life, but kind of asking the listener take me as I am right now. I'm not perfect right now, so.
Well, I mean, it's a crazy world when people leave the earth for all kinds of reasons, but when they don't have to, it's really, it's a tragedy that we have going on around us. I don't know anybody that hadn't had someone affected.
Right.
And it's just it's terrible. It's really great that you were able to get free of it before.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's where it heads. When you get really on that, and I'm pleased that you're here. I mean, those kinds of songs they wouldn't be in my life.
Yeah.
So it's I know it can be a struggle. So keep on keeping on. You know what I mean? Every day.
Yeah. And I think it's important to write about those types of things. To be transparent with who we are, who we were. as dark and scary as that might be sometimes, because it can open up the door for conversations like this, or hopefully, or maybe even to somebody that might be struggling with that very thing in that moment. I think music can be kind of a bridge.
Well, and the underlying things that that you struggle with that caused you to want to do that stuff,
right, exactly. Yeah.
It's everybody has to figure out how to deal with their shit.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're just all traveling around here on trying to find our way.
Yeah.
In this mud ball.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I've seen around the scene. You play several places.
Uh-huh.
Are you feeling like you're getting a lot of traction? You're like trying to.
I do, man. Yeah.
What's your big goals for the next year?
So we spent over half the day in the studio yesterday working on the next project. So for the next year, I'd like to release a full length. I can't make any promises. I'm definitely going to be releasing new music. The goal is a full length. I have a full length album worth of songs written, but getting in the studio and getting those, mixed, mastered, produced is another thing. But I feel confident that we will get that done within way less than a year. And then also, I'll be touring on the road a little bit. Spring of 2019, so some Kentucky and Ohio and Wisconsin dates, maybe a few other cities in February, March, April, May, June. So.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So the people around can hear you.
Yeah.
Make sure you plug Moonshine and Music.
Oh, definitely.
Everywhere you go,
yeah,
when you're off in the other states, we need to get those people in.
Yeah.
And I really dig the way our scene's going right now. I think there's a lot of incredible music happening.
Yeah, there's a lot of really talented people.
And if we don't keep lifting each other up, what's that saying? We all we got.
Yeah.
Then I guess that the rising tide will lift our boats if we all keep it up. So. I really dig having you on the show today, and I want.
Thank you.
I want to hear the music now, man. I'm like fired up. You gonna play some tunes?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
All right, man. We'll be right back with Jake Schlegel on the stage at Moonshine and Music. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Joe. All right, I'm Jake Schlegel. This is a brand new song. I've not played it very many places yet. I've actually played it here, though, previously. Yep. It's called Grace. I don't write a lot of songs in story form. This one is in story form, and although it's in first person, it is not about me, but it's called Grace. I met Grace in a bar in old St. Louis. She was fiddling with a cocktail napkin and staring at her shoe. I asked her, what's the trouble, dear? She said, everything but you. When we fell in love in a bar in old St. Louis. But she was gone before the morning sky turned blue. She took too many, and I had a few. I guess before the night we met, she'd been clean a week or two. Well, she met the Lord before the morning sky turned blue. But I'm still here, and I'm hurting, and these chemicals ain't working, not the way they used to, and the years are looking scarier. I just want to carry her to bed once more. Well, all her old colors bled through, They showed up on her forearm like a strange tattoo. They don't tell the whole story, but what can you do with all your old colors bleeding through? I wish this sad story wasn't true. But friend, if you ain't careful, it can happen to you. The ending's engraved on an angel headstone statue, and all the sad stories came true. But I'm still here, and I'm hurting, and these chemicals ain't working, not the way they used to. And the years are looking scarier. I just wanna carry her to bed once more. She visits me out of the blue, and cold pale visions only I can view. She knows I'm just a lonely boy with nothing much to do. In the darkest night she visits me out of the blue. But I'm still here, and I'm hurting, and these chemicals ain't working, not the way they used to. And the years are looking scarier. I just wanna carry her to bed once more. I can't even carry her to bed anymore. Well, thank you. Thanks, guys. This next one is Mr. Joe Shelton's favorite. It's called Rearview Mirror. It's on the EP that I have out now on Spotify. Sometimes it feels like these old ways are hanging on like wax, dripping off a candle, burning slow. And these days are dragging on, they're dragging on low. Sometimes these days I don't know. Yesterday is over and tomorrow ain't here. Although I'm 7 years sober, I can't stop looking. I can't stop looking out my rearview mirror. I could slide back to those wild days, make my way back to those simple times, but I'll keep standing by the highways on these lonely roads, begging like a poor man,
start looking out my rear view mirror. There's villains filling up my head space, and worries and doubts running circles around my soul. It's funny living in this time and place, something about living in these days. All I know, all I know, yesterday's over and tomorrow ain't here. Although I'm 7 years sober, I can't stop looking, I can't stop looking. Yesterday is over and tomorrow ain't here. Although I'm 7 years sober, can't stop looking, I can't stop looking at my rearview mirror. Will you take me as I am? Will you take me as I am? Will you take me as I am? 'Cause I'm listening like a child and I'm begging like a poor man. Take me as I am. Will you take me as I am? Will you take me as I am? 'Cause I'm listening like a child and begging like a poor man.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. So, do one more then, I guess. All right. Change out harmonica. What? All right. Another new one. It's called Emmeline.
Please don't leave today. Don't you know if I had my way, I'd find us something borrowed, something blue, something old, something new. You've been changing me for the better, and to be yours forever. Oh, Emmeline, there ain't nothing I wouldn't do. Oh, Emmeline, you're the sweetest one I ever found. But now you're leaving me like a withering tree after the autumn leaves have fallen down. Baby, please don't leave today. If we don't find a better way, then all my hopes and dreams of new memories with you will shrivel up and die. I thought I'd be yours forever, for worse or better. Oh, Emmeline, please say this ain't goodbye. leaves have fallen down. Sadness hits like a cold steel wrench right between my eyes. So I'm filling my veins with hideous things that refuse to let me cry. Oh, this song ain't getting better. To forget you forever. Oh, Emmeline, there ain't nothing I wouldn't try. Oh, Emmeline, you're the sweetest one I ever found. But now you're leaving me like a withering tree after the autumn leaves have fallen down. Oh, Emmeline, honey, if you turned around, then all the misery you've been bringing on me would be all over now. Oh, Emmeline, you're the sweetest one I ever found. So why are you leaving me like a withering tree after the autumn leaves have fallen down?
Thanks, guys. Thank you so much.
Moonshine and Music is a presentation of Not Less Entertainment. Copyright 2018, all rights reserved. Our producer for today's show was Joe Shelton. Our cameraman, grip, and stunt double was Brent Lee Smith. And also helping out on cameras, setup, and all sorts of other things, Bailey Shelton. Thank you for joining us, and join us next week on Sunday for Moonshine and Music.